So today we want to talk about Numpy. We almost finished all the syntax about Python, and you are now good to do and start coding whatever you want. We learn about file, how to handle files, write to it, and edit a file, okay? Numpy is actually a library. As I told you before, library is a set of similar functions that they do similar operations, okay? They already coded and save it in Python for us to use it. Anytime we want to use a kind of a special function, instead of creating by ourselves, we can just go and import that library, and from that library, we can call that function and start using that function. If you remember, like math, that we use it, okay? Numpy is a simple library, but it has a lot of useful function that we're gonna learn we're gonna learn many function today, okay? Numpy mostly used for linear algebra. It has a kind of a mathematical and logical operation into it. And Numpy has a feature allow us to use array, okay? Numpy allows us to use array. Array is exactly like list. Do you remember that list? Okay. We have a variable and we add a lot of values into it. Array is like that. And in all functions, in Numpy, we can use array and start working with arrays. So let's learn and start coding together how we can use Numpy, okay? Please all you start coding at the same time with me. Okay. Don't forget, if you need your files to save it, do not forget to rename it, okay? And just with pressing that Control S, you can save your file. That's it. Okay, importing Numpy, okay? When we want to use a library, we need to import that library. I'm gonna say import Numpy, okay? Import Numpy. This Numpy library should come with your Anaconda package. When you download Anaconda package, it is installed. You don't need to install it, but please all you try this part to see if you have Numpy in your computer or not. If you don't have it, we can go and install it. And I can create an array, a variable, okay? I'm creating a variable. First I want to test if I have Numpy or not. Numpy.array. Let's creating this array. 1, 2, 3. And let's print out this array. Okay. Print A. And if this is running, that means you have it in your computer. If you don't have it, please tell me, okay? Test this part if you have Numpy in your computer. Okay, look, everyone good. Everyone has it. Because I don't see anyone to say no, I don't have it. Okay, let's see what I did here. In the second line that you see, I use this keyboard import. This is one of Python keyboards, okay? And then I call the library Numpy. Here I came and create my Numpy array, okay? I said that in Numpy, mostly we use array and we work with arrays. Therefore, I came and create one array. First, I create the name, the variable name, okay? You can put any kind of name that you want to have, it. Here, what we do here, in the first word, okay, we use the name of the library, okay? And then we use and call the function, okay? This array is a function which I imported from the Numpy library. See how I use when I'm calling a function out of a library, okay? This is the way that we use it. If you most of the time see in coding or coders do all the time using this as, okay? As something. What does this mean? When I do something like this, this NP actually is abbreviation of this NumPy, okay? I want to make it short. I want to make it short because all the time I need to keep using NumPy and use this keyword. So when I want to make it short and do not make a lot of codes, I just abbreviate it to num or anything that I want. See, you probably saw this a lot. And instead using num, I keep using this np, okay? Here, np. And now, as I told you, array is exactly like that list, okay? Inside the braces, I put few numbers or few variable or a few values, whatever that I want, okay? Now I create my array. Let me explain a little more about array, okay? Because here we will use two-dimensional array, and also we can use even more like three-dimensional or even more, okay? Okay. Now all of you see my page, okay? If you remember before, we were creating that list, okay? List or array. I was creating something like this and like creating a variable. Do you remember? And putting a value equal to that one, which this variable was a placeholder, a block that could save my data, just one. So I would put something like this. Let me clean this part. That time I was putting like my a equal 2, okay? Just one number. Then we learned list, how to create this list or array, okay? We had an inside bracket and keep putting that numbers inside. This is actually array, okay? What is the difference between list and array in the naming part? How you can understand this is array? So before the array, all the time we say array when we create it, okay? Like that function, that array function. When we put it inside this one, that makes it array, this word that we use it, okay? Otherwise, it's a list. So easy. Okay, so a equal list or array, whatever, okay? I want to show the logic behind an array to you, okay? This is my placeholder, my block, this one, see? Each one of this is a block where I can add one data, okay, any type into it. So here I came and put my 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. And the way that we could access to that data type, I said with that indexing number, okay? 0, this was 0, 1, 2, 3. We could easily access to that data types, if you remember. Now I was talking, even I showed you 2D array or 2D list. We have something like this. When we create an array, I have this block, Okay, I create it and I say, okay, why just putting one number inside this? I want to add more items, more numbers, more data into it, not just one. At that time, we create array, we create list inside the list, okay? We create list inside the list. For creating my list or array, first I put my bracket and I put like another list or array inside it. I put it and I put my number into it. Let's put here like 4, 5, and 6, something like this, okay? And let me show, we call this 2D array, okay? One is row and one is column. This way I can show it to you very well, okay? This is my row and this is my column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you see? And when we wanted to reach to the number or items inside that, we were using this one. This showed the row, and the second was show the column, and you put your indexing number, which is started from 0 into this braces. We have also 3-dimensional array. Even we have more. We can keep having more and more. 3-dimensional array, just think about this one as a 3D. That's it. If I think about a 3D, it's exactly like this. Okay, this is my 3-dimensional. And when we want to access to it, we say, we have now 3 place, okay, which is like, this is X, Y, Z, or this one is like, this one is a row, column, and then Z direction. See, this way we can access to our array. This is all logic behind the array, okay? Let me stop sharing this one. As we learn here, okay, about the array, now I create my array. We want to talk a little more that this one, okay, now I put it array. When I want to print out all the value that I have inside the array, I just call the name of the variable or the name of the array that I put it, okay? I just put this one. You also put all the time a description next to your line and your code. Then each time you go back, you can understand what that line does, okay? I'm gonna comment this one out. And here, when we said if we want to like access to each item one by one, we use that indexing number, okay? If I put 0 here, it will print out number 1, the first indexing position, the first value inside the index position 0. You remember that one. And also we have something else. We said if I want to access from like index position 1 to index position like 10 or something, I don't know. If I have more number here, let me put more number here. 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? Like this. I will comment out this line 5, and just print out and running this line. Now see, from index position 1, which is 2, through index position 5, which is 6, okay? It would not include 5, index position 5, okay? Print rest of numbers like this. See? Now let's create a 2-dimensional array, okay? This was 1-dimensional array we create, and I want to make this one as a 2. Or you can if you don't want to delete any line and you want to keep it, just jump to the next line and start create a new one. Okay. I will comment out this one and this one. Okay. Here we will create our two-dimensional Numpy array. Okay. Numpy array. It's exactly same thing. I'm gonna put a name for it, any kind of name. You can put num, my array, anything that you want. Okay, equal np. As I told you, because this array function is out of this numpy or np that I just make it a smaller, shorter to np. Therefore, we attach, first we write the name of the library and then the function that it's inside that library, okay? And here we create our 2D array, which is array inside the array, okay? This is my main array. Then I want to put another array into it, or how many array that I want. And we separate each array by comma, okay? Let's put some numbers into it. 1, 2, 3. And here also 4, 5, 6. See how easy. If we come here and print out array, let's see what we can have. See, this is our row, and 1, 4, 2, 5, 36 is our column. If I put it even like this, you can understand better now. Two-dimensional array, see? Okay, in two-dimensional array, this is still, okay, I'm gonna put a comment from this and say, accessing all items inside the 2D array. But if here I want to print just one by one, like just one item, I want to reach out to, I want to print out like the 6. We put the name, first the name of our array, and then row and column. It exists in row, this is 0, 1, row 1, and column 0, 1, 2. And let's print it out. Okay, they have 6 now here, see? Okay, I will put a description for this line also. Printing out, printing out the value in row 1 and column 2, which is 6 here. Yep. How about if I want to just print out my row, like row by row? I just need to print out my row. I want to see my column. How about that time? So we're gonna say print A, put one column inside. This was our row. If you remember, the first one is row, okay? If I'm gonna say 2, 1, see, it will print the second row. The second row was this one, see? This is index number 1, row index number 1. I will comment that one, okay, see? And if I put 1, it will print the first one, see? But for column, so if I put like the second one here, the second braces, and put some number, it won't work. And actually this one does a slicing. What is this? If I want to print out, so this is now what I did here. I put 0, okay? 0, colon, and 1. This is exactly as that the previous one that we did it, to print out the first row, okay? If I want to print out my column, I'm gonna do something like this. I'm gonna put a comma and use 2 column, okay? And in this column, so I'm gonna say something like this. Let's see what this one gonna print out. See, okay, this one came out and print. What this one say? This one say row 1 and row 2. How? Let me first print it out, that one. Okay. See, when I put it 1, when we put 1, it just printed out 1 column, the first column. When I put it 2, okay, it print both column. Now I want to say row, okay, just print out my row, okay. I put 1 here. It say in both row, column 1. It say in both row, column 1. Now print out, it printed out 1 and 4. It printed out my first column. See, this is the way that we can accessing our column. Accessing items in column. Okay. Now let's initialize Numpy array. Okay, I want to create an array and initialize it. How? Let's think about this example. Inside a university, I want to create a folder. Array is like folder in real world, okay? I have a folder, which is the name of all students in university, okay? I want to first create that folder, empty, just empty. And later, when a student's coming to my university, when they register, I put their name inside their folder. Like I have a folder, which is university student. Then inside that folder, I have departments, engineering department, nursing department, and inside that department, that folder department, I have another folders which call like graduate student, undergrad, and inside the undergrad, I can have junior level, senior level, like that. This is exactly dimensions of array that we have, okay? How we can create an empty array, okay? We use a function zeros and empty from this numpy, okay? That's here. Here, let me create initializing numpy array. Let's create a name for our array, and I say np, because it is from my numpy library, np zeros. Okay, what this zeros does. np zeros, okay? Zeros is a function from numpy which create arrays for you, and inside that, the numbers that I put, okay, mention which dimension and how many like blocks it should have, how many placeholder that array can have. I can't create like an array which has 5 blocks. And let's print out our, let's run this one. Let's print our array that we create and look at it, how it's, see? Here it creates this array for me, which doesn't have any value in it. Later, I can add that values to it. If I add like 2 number into it, okay, I told you it show the dimensions of my array, okay? Now I have 2 number, that means it is 2-dimensional. If I have 1 number, it's 1 dimension. This is 1-dimension array. If I have 2 number, it's 2-dimension array. See, I printed out. This is now 2-dimension, which 5 is my row. I have 5 row, okay? And I have 3 column in my row. See, if I put more number, it's like 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional. It's like that. And how we could like add a number to it. As I told you, do you remember how we were accessing to our, like, let me make it 1. Okay. As I told you, the way that we accessing to each index position to our block was with that indexing. So in my index 0 position, I want to add a number. I want to add like 4 to it. And now let's print it out. It added 4 to my array in the first position. If I want to add more, so I can say 5.2, then comma like 3. Add whatever number that you want, okay? 1. Okay, setting an array element with a sequence. One, two, three. Doesn't accept this one. Setting an array element with a sequence. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to delete that part. Okay, I forgot to delete that indexing position that was mentioning 1 index position 0. Okay, please delete that one. Okay, see, now I added all my numbers to my array like this. So easy. But for zeros, what zeros does? If I add something like this, okay, let me put for index position 0, I want to add a name. So I have my student list. I want to add a name to it, okay? How about this one? It say could not convert a string to float. What does this mean? The 0 function only accepts float number. Floats an integer, not a string. To use a string or other data types, we have another function to use, okay? Let's think about that a student and universities example. So a student's coming to our university to register and apply. So we are creating our folder, and my folder is like B, I call it B, okay? B equal np.empty. So first, I don't know who's a student. I'm just creating an empty array, okay? And I say how many block it should have, how many placeholder, as it should be same numbers as the student. 10,000 student a university has, 20,000, too much, okay? We just make 5. We make it a small, but you can add as like big as you want, okay? And some argument passing to this empty function. 2 argument, okay? The first one mentioning the how many blocks or placeholder your array supposed to have, and the second one is data type. Okay, what data type it should be? Do you remember here in 0 we didn't have that one? Okay, I will just change this one to right of this. Okay, so do not have that errors here. Okay, data type here can be a string. Okay, a string. I'm putting a string and I create it. Now I want to add, so it has 5 placeholder as you see, okay? I want to add in the first like index position, which is 0, I want to add a name. I want to add a name to it and then print B. Okay, you see it just added A because we didn't mention how long our string can be. It just took the first character and put it in. So I want it to be like, should be small or big. 10. Length can be 10 characters. Oh, now it got it. See, it got my name into it and it saved it. Okay, it all the time for a string printing this BB. And when you added your data into it, it just like remove all that piece. Okay, I'm adding that names to it. Somewhere 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I forgot again this indexing position. You don't forget it. See, I all the time keep doing this kind of things and forgetting. Okay, just delete that indexing position because you cannot add all this data in one index position. We want to add it in whole array, okay? See, now we added all a student list into our array that we wanted to create. Write also that explanation for this line. Okay, let's go and learn some nice function about array. Today we all gonna learn about array. Maybe add brackets. Piper, I just read your message now. I think you messaged regarding that errors. Okay, yes, yep. Okay, let's go and learn some nice function. The first function is arrange function. Okay, we're gonna create our array. We learn how to create a Numpy array. Okay, and the name of this function is arrange. Let's see what this arrange does. We can we can pass 3 arguments to our arrange function. Do you remember we talked about argument when we were creating a function, how we were passing argument to it? It's exactly the same. This function was created and we passing our values, our argument into it. I want to put 1 to 10 by 2. Okay, let's print this one. Let's print it. Print A. Okay. Arrange coming and creating an array for you and putting number. Put number from 1 to 10, okay, by internal 2. This is the first number is a starting number. The last number is the end number, and the 2 is interval that's going on. If I change the interval, like if I put 20 here and change the interval to 3, see, it creates your array and printed out your array. Now your array has these integers into it. Okay, we learned this one. Let's go and create another array and function. They have one, I don't know how much useful, probably some of you want to use it in data analysis. So it's line of space, okay? I create my variable and the name of this function is line of space. There is many actually function that I don't know, okay? But I try to talk and teach whatever I know, okay? It can be even more function that I don't know about them. You can go and study by yourself. Okay, let's see what this one does. Okay, if I print it out P here, okay, print A here, it print 3 and 4. Okay, when I increasing this number, again, this is the starting number and this is the last, the end number. And what does this one do? It telling, okay, print number from 3 to 4 while 3 numbers in between. Okay, if I increase it to 5, see how nicely it prints out 5 number among 3 to 4. See, 3, this is 300, 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, and 4. And the other function, okay, let me comment this one out. The next function is full. Full, what does full does? That empty function, that empty array that we create, full is a kind of similar to that one, but instead just creating empty, full it with one number that you telling to your program. Okay, I say a equal np.full. Okay, here also we passing two arguments. The first argument is our dimensions of our array. Okay, if I want to have it 2 dimensions, I put 2, 3. That means this is a 2-dimension array, and fill it with number 5. Let's print out this one and see what we created here. Okay, we create a 2-dimension array. Okay, and we fill it with number 5. And there is another one, so let me create this one actually bigger. Okay, 2 to 5. Or 3 to 5. I want to make a bigger array and we want to shape it. We want to change the shape of array. Okay, 3 to, or I can say 2 to 6. This should be nicer. Okay, I have 2 rows, okay, and 6 columns. Now I want to shape it. I want to change the shape of my array. How we can do that? We can do it with shape. Okay, here I'm gonna come and shape it with a.shape, with shape function. In the shape function, I'm telling that what kind of dimension it can have, the row and column. Okay, I'm gonna put like a 12 number. Okay, 3. How about 3, 4? 3, 4 make it tuple object is not callable. Okay, I think I suppose to do it like this. Okay, equal 3 and 4. We shaped the A, which has now 3 row and 4 column. See, now let's change it like different. You can change your column in any way that you want. Okay, but remember the number of you cannot put like 3, 7, because 3, 7 makes 21. That means you need to have 21 value or items which you don't have it. Okay, you need to make something that all the time like cover this 12 elements that you have inside. Now I want to we can do also something else. We shaped, okay, our array A. Now I want to know number of row, number of like column, and size of array. We can also receive that kind of data. Let's type like a print a.shape. Okay, the one that I created here. put 0 here. Let's see. Okay. When I'm putting 0 here, it actually prints out the row, how many rows this A-shaped array has. If I put 1, it prints out, okay, the number of column that I have. It looks like this is 0 and this is position 1. And if I want to know the size, how about size of my A? 12. See, it was 12 here. 12 item. It has a size, print out and return the size of your A variable. And we have also, we can say how many dimension it has. N dimension. N dim print out dimensions that your A array has it, okay? It's 2 dimension. N dim telling you how many dimension your array has 1 dimension or 2 or 3 dimensions, something like that. And also we have another like another function which is data type. It can print out the data type. It say it is integer, okay? It can print out the data type of your array that you have, okay? Now let's go and learn a little more mathematical operations in Numpy. What kind of mathematical operation we have in Numpy, okay? I'm gonna create 3 types of array, and according to that, let's see how many like what kind of function works in what type of arrays. First, I'm gonna create one-dimensional array. I call it like A. Let's call it A. And I will print out. I will comment all these codes, previous codes. Okay. Here I am creating my variable, my array, just a simple array, okay? Putting any number like this. And in the second line, I am creating B array, which is a 2D array, okay? Let's create our 2D array inside array, and separate them with a comma. 1, 2, 3, and here I'm gonna put 4, 5, 6. And here I want to create another array, another 2-dimensional array, because I want to do some mathematical operation with B and C, how adding, how like dividing these two together, that kind of operations. Create another array here, okay, 2-dimensional array. And let's put this one like 10, 11, 12, and this one is 13, 14, 15, okay? The first function that we want to learn is sum, okay? I want to have the sum of all numbers inside my A array. Let's see how we can do that, okay? We use this np.sum A. Let's see what does this one does for us. It printed out 10. 10 is the sum of all numbers inside one array. I put this 3 to compare how this function works on each other, okay? Here, I'm gonna do same thing. See how this sum function works. Actually, this is just one array and this is one array. They should all the time, like function works similar for both of them. Sum of b. So here I telling, but I have 2D array. See, I have like 2 dimension. I want to see how it make the sum of all these numbers. 21. It printed out 21, which is the sum of all these numbers. Now I want to add 2 numbers. Okay, sorry, 2 arrays together. I'm gonna say np.sum of b and c. But first I put them inside the braces. Okay, I put them inside the braces, b, c, and see what it's gonna return out to us. It gave the sum of 96, which is the sum of these both arrays. What if I just want this to like add this list together and this list separately together? We have something called access, okay? Access equals 0 or 1. But inside this one, we don't have, because we don't have access. It's just one like dimensional array. But because this is 2-dimensional array, we can use this access, okay? Let's see what it will print out. Okay. Access 0, it adds a number horizontally, I think so. Let's check. Okay, it came and let me do it. It came and add 1, 4 together and put it here, 5, 2, 5 together, 7 here, 36 together and 9 here. Let's know, it was vertically. Let's put 1, see what happens. Okay, it added all this number horizontally to each other and added this 3 number to each other, which made 15. Okay, we have similar things in this one, in this line, that we want to add 2 array together. Okay, I'm saying this access, let's put 0 and see how it's gonna add these 2 array, B and C, with each other. Okay, it came and added 1 with 10 here, made it 11, put it here, okay? 0 is vertically and 1 is horizontally. Okay, we got it now. 2 with 11 make it 13, and 3 with 12 make it 15, 4 with 13 make it 17, and put it here. How about 1? If I put 1 here, okay, it comes up and added, how it added? It added 1, 2, 3 together. Let me see. It added, okay, 10, 13. It added 1, 4 together, put 5 here, 2, 5 together, 7, 3, 6 together, put it here, 10, 13 together and put 23rd here, and 11, 14 together and put 25 here, okay? Okay, you're almost at the end of the class. Okay, this was the sum functions that we learned about here. We have all subtract, divide, multiply, and other functions. Okay, let's see how they work. How different they are when our array is different. Okay, I'm gonna comment this one and comment all thing about the sum that I created. Okay, now we want to go and talk about division, multiplication, and that kind of things. Let's see how subtract works. Subtract. Okay, I want to subtract a. We have an invalid number of argument. And looks, we cannot pass just one argument or one array to our function, subtract function. But in sum, we could do that. It doesn't come and just like subtract this one. If we want to do something like subtraction here, I think we need to do that. Do you remember how we were accessing that each items in array, like A, I want to 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, index number 3, which is 4, minus A. I want to say 2. Okay, this one. Index position 1, which is 2. Okay, we can just subtract them like this. How about here? Here it should be same, because it's just one array, just one variable that we are passing to that function. Therefore, this function doesn't work for one array. Okay, we got that it doesn't work, but you can try for this one too. Let's see what will happen if we pass 2 array into our function. Subtract B and C. Okay, here I came and subtract B and C. It's subtracted 1 by 1, yes. C is subtracting 1 by 1. 1 minus 10, minus 9, okay. 4 minus 13 is minus 9. And what else we have? We have divide, multiply. Let's see how they work also. They need to pass 2 argument into the function. Therefore, they would not work for only one argument, okay? Okay, I'm gonna show that functions here, okay? Let's comment this one out and write divide, okay? Divide B with C and print it out. See how nicely it divides. So divide function, like subtract function, need 2 arguments. 2 array need to pass to it, okay? Let's do multiplication. NP dot multiply BC. Okay. 10, see how nicely it multiplied them. 1 to 10 is 10. 2 to 11 is 22. How nicely it printed out, okay? Someone asked a question before. What was the question? Piper, you asked a question before about NumPy. So, do you remember about the advantage? Okay, the advantage, yes, the advantage of using NumPy regarding list. So we had list exactly. NumPy is like firstly library like math. The reason that we use NumPy array compared with list, because this NumPy array takes little space and memory in your computer. When you code and you have a lot of files and data, when you created an array, you take little memory, but list takes a lot of memory. This is the reason they comes and all the time to saving data using this NumPy array. Next time we will test that one and see and compare the volume of like memory that array and list takes. Okay. Anyone has any question now? It's almost 4. If you have any question, please ask me. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. And if you have any question, please ask me. Otherwise, I see you all Thursday and have a great day.